And so here we are. How's everybody doing today? And hey, Facebook people. So I'm back to the phone because the quality of the video on the phone is the best that you can get. Welcome to the Love Doctor Show, 12:30 a.m. Online is WBOK 1230am.com. And like I just said on Facebook, you go to Love Dr. Nola, my Love Dr. Nola page. You're tuned into a masterclass of on the art, science, and power of love, the power to change your life. And so, hey, what's going on, David? Class is about to start, and it would be terrible of you to let those people miss out. Let your people miss out on this opportunity for them to do better because they'll learn something and they can know better. No one, I don't know anyone who wants their life messed up. So when lives are messed up, it's usually because somebody didn't know something, didn't understand something, or they're listening to the wrong people. And there's a lot of that going on too. So like I said, my name is Lloyd Dennis. They call me the Love Doctor. And I'm on the air to share my gift of understanding. Understanding. There's a song. Understanding is the best thing in the world. Y'all remember that song? Anyway, the lesson today is that loving feeling. That loving feeling. And and it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I remember this column. It's not what you think. I use that title to draw people in. And yes, indeed. Some of the comments that come up on the Facebook Live thing are funny. But anyway, it's good to be here on a Tuesday. I didn't ride the bike in today because it looks kind of cloudy. And actually, I was running late. I would have rode it anyway. While you're getting your people together, while you're letting them know what's about to happen on the air, before I get to the column, every week I reach out to the brothers in the audience who are ready to step up and help some boys become men who can take care of their own. That's what we do in the Silverback Society. We just help some little brothers get the sense of their own ability to change life for generations, because that's the way to do it. So you might be the guy. You might be the guy that some boys can relate to. You may be the guy that a kid looks at you and you kind of remind him of himself, and you might help him understand what their possibilities are. You might inspire. You might be the inspiration a kid needs to make something out of himself. So if that's a possibility, and we would love to have you on board with the Silverback Society, so please go to silverbacksociety.com. I want you to look around and check out the information, check out our philosophy, how we do what we do. And if you're interested, please click that word join and go down and find the link to either see about being a mentor or see about being a speaker, because we have two different roles for men. So anyway, once again, you might be the next Silverback Society superhero. We got about 130 of them. Great guys. These are some seriously outstanding men from the community. All jobs, all ages. So we're gonna get this done. I was being interviewed today, and somebody asked me how I feel, and I say I feel powerful because I know what we're doing is going to change the future. I know what we're doing is going to change the future. Hey, Jasmine, my little brother grew up next door. All right, so we have had a little interesting thing. So today I'm going to get into the column, as I always do. And after that, we'll get to out and about. And so are you ready? Did you call your people? Did you text them? Did you make sure that they're either looking on Facebook or listening to the radio? Did you do your job? You got to get your folk. They're gonna be mad at you. I could have learned that before I made that mistake. Talk to young people every 2 weeks at Job Corps. It's a great pleasure. And one of the things I tell them is, I said, There's other ways to learn than just learning from experience. They call it learning from experience, which really means learning from mistakes. And because mistakes are expensive learning. So if you get to learn something and you learn it before you have to make a decision that deals with that, that's a whole lot better than making a decision and you don't really know is the right decision. And we got a lot of that going on. Got a lot of that going on in community these days. So anyway, here we go. Let's get to the column, the instructional part of the Love Doctor Show. Wrote it 26 years ago. So you and I are sharing this together for the first time in 20-something years. Isn't that exciting? Let's see if I still agree with me. So far, so good. So far, I think I'm batting 1,000. I haven't found my younger self being wrong. I haven't found that yet. So anyway, maybe you have, but nobody's let me know. So anyway, here we go. It's called That Loving Feeling. When holidays come around and families gather to share gifts, traditional meals, hugs, kisses, and other displays of togetherness, I often marvel at how wonderful it would be if we could have more of that loving feeling. Do you ever wonder why such warmth and family unity occurs around holidays, but seems to disappear for the rest of the year? Well, if you're a regular reader, you know that your love doctor does not make such observations without giving you the analysis you need to understand them. Such an analysis follows. Boy, I was something when I was 40 when I wrote this. Yeah, I was something. It's about tradition. The holiday season is a tradition. When we come together over the holidays, we know that for the most part, everyone will play their expected part. Everybody knows what to expect, so everyone is comfortable. Even you folks who are already always too busy reserve time to sit and talk and eat and laugh with the old people, kid the teenagers, and maybe even pick up one or two of the little toddlers and find out who had a baby lately. It's about food. That slightly overfilled feeling after a family feast will make almost anyone relax. It's as if the feast causes everyone to have a better sense of humor. Sometimes I think that it is the fact that everyone is too full to move, so they make the best of the situation and entertain themselves at the table until the meal goes down. It's about collaborative effort. The family meal and celebration is an effort of many people. Grandma makes the gumbo, Nanny cooks the meat, Aunt Dee stuffed the peppers, Uncle Lloyd baked the bread. Yes, I baked bread. The teens set the table, Sister bought the wine. Actually, almost everyone who comes to the family feast brings something: candy, soda, cakes, pies, salad, etc. It just feels good to enjoy something together with the people who created it. Together. And since everyone usually brings what they do best, yes indeed, the meal is a gourmet's delight, and the pride of creation is shared around the table. Television and radio. Before television and radio, conversation was the premier form of family entertainment. We probably spend more time in family conversation over one family feast than we do during a couple of weeks of everyday activities. In our family, the only television watched is football games during the holidays, but they tend to be a topic for discussion and continue loudly over the muffled ranting of the TV announcers. It's about giving. Everyone at the gathering, except the youngest of the young, have played Santa for someone. They have been generous and now share the glow of personality that comes from giving. We feel good about ourselves. It's about feeling appreciated. As everyone has given, so has everyone received. When you receive a gift, you feel appreciated. Hey, when my kids gave me that flight simulator program for my computer, I really felt it was something special to my kids. I really felt I was something special to my kids. I've been looking at that for quite some time, actually. I realize fully that some of you are new or first-time readers will read this nice, warm, sensitive, and keenly insightful observations above and think, you know, he's right. The holidays can really be wonderful. A smile will come across your face, and you have a brief, instant replay of the feelings you experienced over the last couple of weeks, and that's okay. So I must have wrote this during Christmas time, right? Of course, there are those of you, veteran readers, who understand that this column is not here just to entertain you, make you feel good from time to time. Even though I know that it is probably the most entertaining, uplifting reading you have done in quite some time. Oh, the Love Doctor was full of itself at 40. Y'all heard what he said? See, even though I know that this is probably the most entertaining and uplifting reading you have done in quite some time. Yes, indeed. You insightful ones fully understand that this week I have provided you with a tool which you may use to bring more joy, warmth, and togetherness to your own family. Create traditions. Traditions are activities that can be anticipated. As we all know, anticipation is part of the pleasure. Find opportunities to enjoy good food together. There's something special about sharing the sensual pleasure of fine food. Have activities in which everyone has a way to contribute. Have times away from television and radio. Picnics, camping, car trips, board games can be great. Get the most out of birthdays and anniversaries. Create ceremonies for gift giving. Put special effort into selecting gifts. If you decide that you want more warmth and fun in your family life, take the lead. My wife's uncle and I, on a whim, decided one day to have an annual family picnic. It was called the Ben and Lloyd's Annual Father's Day Family Picnic. It was in its 9th year then, and neither Ben nor myself were actually involved in the planning anymore. We took the leadership for a couple of years, and it got started. We have a real ball every year. There are people who come to the picnic that we don't even know, but they must belong to somebody's family. Let me warn you that it's not always easy to start or maintain family traditions. Sometimes you have to plead and beg people to get something started, especially if trying to get people to try something new. Sometimes you will have to bribe and negotiate to get things together, particularly when teenagers are going through their phases. Once when we were preparing for one of our camping weekends, we used to do a lot of camping. My teen son said that he didn't want to go. He figured that he had outgrown camping. Actually, Boo and I started this camping stuff. I never thought sleeping outside with the bugs would be fun either. Well, the only way that I got son to go cheerfully was to beg. I told him that my weekend would be ruined if he wasn't there with me. I asked him to go as a personal favor to me. And so he went. And he had a great time. While launching the sailboat together, he and I concluded that even after he gets married, he'd still have to come on some camping trips with us. All we needed was another tent and some more food. Yeah, and she, his one-day wife, could help Boo with the cooking. It's called that loving feeling. And I think I was referring to the loving feeling that families feel around holidays. But more importantly, something else. And we're going to do the something else when we come back from a break. This is 1230 WBOK. You're listening to Lloyd Dennis, the Love Doctor, and we'll be right back after the break. Yeah. So, how y'all doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Love Doctor Show. You're listening to Lloyd Dennis and the Love Doctor Show on WBOK 1230 AM, online, WBOK12am.com, and Facebook Live at Love Dr. NOLA. That's a page just for the Love Doctor stuff. And as we come back in, we're going to have a conversation about the column that I wrote, that love and feeling. And like I said, we wrote that somewhere around the holidays. And so, yeah, yes, okay. All right, we're good? All right. So evidently I wrote that somewhere around the holidays. And I'm just in those feelings that we get during the holidays. I think that there's no other time that we feel like that, and that it's kind of important that we recognize why the holidays help us feel like that. And that's kind of what this piece was, is I got into what happened and why it feels so good. And then what we did was say, okay, well, let's do that with some more things. We did something real cute with the kids when they were young, and we had what we called Easter chocolate, Easter with milk. You know, we would color. We'd take some food coloring. Probably some food coloring that causes cancer and stuff that we didn't know back then. We'd take some food coloring, some vanilla, and a little sugar, and we called it Easter cocoa. So it would be like green some years it'd be blue, it'd be red, pink, and we called it Easter cocoa. And the kids loved it, you know, but it tasted pretty decent too, because you had some vanilla. It was milk, vanilla, and whatever color you threw in it at that time. But it was a tradition. It's something that they looked forward to doing. We gathered around to do it. I think that is missing a lot. One of the things that I think is a downfall of all the technology that we plugged into is those moments when we do stuff together. It's for me, it's kind of it's amazing that the young people get so caught up in with their texting and you know, and the constant checking of watching videos on small screens, playing games on the small screens, that we don't play together. Kids be playing with strangers. Like I'm watching my nephew and my grandson, and they playing through the Xbox, right? And they playing with people they don't know, will never know, never met, someplace in the world where they probably never been and may never go. But they're playing games with these people, and I'm like, you know, that might be fun, but on a certain level, that's kind of a waste of social time. That, you know, so how are you going to get your social time in if you're dealing with people and having fun with people that you don't know and probably will never know? So that's the quandary of it, and one of the big issues I think that we're going to pay for as a result of our children being so involved with the small screens. I just think it's. I mean, I get it. I get it. That's kind of the thing. I'm not against the technology. Good Lord, we use technology, but I use a lot of technology. I'm using technology right now. Facebook, trying to bring this into people's lives, and they're looking at a small screen. But I hope they're not looking at it when they have a loved one sitting next to them, or they're out someplace with somebody that they care about. We basically as a family have outlawed them. Like if we're going out to dinner, if we're going out to do something together, then no, we're not gonna have our devices in our hands. You know, we're gonna have conversation at dinner. You know, we're gonna try and have conversation if we're going someplace else, to the movies. You know, we're not gonna have the devices in our hand. And you know, I think sometimes the kids get a little miffed about it, but you know, you can be miffed if you want. That's one of the things that about the way we deal with kids. You can be miffed all you want, long as you do what we need you to do. So, I'm just suggesting to people that you can create opportunities with this column. You can create opportunities in your life where you can create tradition, something that people can look forward to. Maybe, I don't know, camping was great when we were young and had young children. Camping is a family activity that I guess in today's world, you might have to spend maybe a couple of $100, maybe $200, a tent, some little camp stove, little gasoline or propane gas stove, a couple of lights, a couple of sleeping bags, maybe for two. But the thing about it is there's no hotels to pay for, and it really does have families come together. The favorite activity every time we went camping was the campfire, because the kids would go around and gather up sticks and pieces of old broken off wood, dried out pieces of wood, and bring them back, and we'd have a nice campfire where we all kind of just sat around and observed the fire, and sometimes even did corny stuff like tell stories. Well, I can't even remember the last time that we actually told children a story. Wow. No, that's not true. We read to them. We read stories to them. But I remember my uncles, and I remember sitting around and they would actually tell us stories. Some of them were funny. Some of them were scary stories. But people used to do that. People used to do that. People. That it was the way that people lived. The thing, if you reflect, could you imagine a kid today being in a situation where there's no television, no internet, no texting? Would they be able to survive? Would they be able to make it? I don't know. But I remember doing that. I remember being like that. I remember when we had to make our own games, and we did, and we had fun. But so this did not start off as a conversation where I was going to talk about the negative impact of technology on our lives. But that's kind of where it's headed, and it almost can't, because every time I try to reflect on some wonderful, warm, fuzzy family moments in our life, in none of those situations is there technology in the way. None of those situations. So, I think most of us ought to come up. One of the family traditions might be, let's have some make sure that we are with one another when we go out to eat, or make sure that we're with one another if we're going to go take a ride and eat some crawfish out on a lakefront. That could be a tradition. I know for some people it is. Take a ride out on the lakefront and go eat some crawfish, and let's not use our devices. I mean, maybe take a picture of some crawfish and post it on Facebook, but I mean, because I get teased a lot too, because I like to, when we go to a restaurant or something like that, I like to take a photograph of my food and write something about it, and do more of that, and do more and more and more of that. So, yeah, if you get a chance, check Love Dr. Nola out, because I'll be posting all kinds of stuff there, because we get out and about. Boo and I get out and about. Oh, so listen, let's take a break, and then when I come back, I'm going to tell you out and about and some exciting news in the dentist's house. Really, really exciting news. So right now, we're going to check out, and we'll be right back with more. So anyway, out and about. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, Mario Abney, young trumpeter. I'm saying young. Mario must be mid-30s, approaching almost 40 now. Really, really tight trumpet player, great band leader. He had his sextet at Sweet Lorraine's. That was Thursday evening. And really, I hadn't heard him in a while. An excellent musician. He's a hell of a drummer, too. So he's a musician and a serious jazz artist, If you get a chance, he plays all over town. He'll do sometimes at festival stuff. Mario Abney and his sextet, they were really, really good at Sweet Lorraine's. So Sweet Lorraine's is starting to open up on occasion. I miss them. I don't know if that was one of my hangouts. Hope we get back into the saddle over there. So anyway, Friday night, we went back out to LaRue's in the Wyndham Garden East Hotel out in the East, and heard the Just Right Band with V.Al. Let me tell you something, boy. This is another local group. So if you take, I don't know if y'all remember Louisiana Purchase. If you remember Louisiana Purchase, and take the rhythm section, the drummer, keyboard, not the bass player, but the drummer, the keyboard, and the guitar player. Take them and add some very talented younger musicians, and a hell of a male singer, V.Al. And you got a rocking good time. And that's exactly what we had Friday night going to LaRue's. They're going to be there Sunday. They're going to be there Sunday out there. So that's LaRue's Wyndham Garden East. The Just Right Band featuring V.Al. That's another group that's got a really, really good cut that ought to be a hit record, but can't get nobody to play them, man. Can't get nobody to play them. The Louisiana Woman for Big Frank and Little Frank ought to be a hit, but they can't get them played. We got a thing in New Orleans about, I don't know. I don't know that business. I never was in the music business, really. I've always been an admirer, a lover of music, but I don't understand that business. I don't know what it is. But you got to pay somebody? I don't know. I thought that was illegal. I thought payola, isn't payola illegal? Jazz, isn't payola illegal? Yeah, that's illegal, but you know how illegal is. They always got to find a way. So, and of course, this Friday night, yours truly, once again, is going to be MC of the Real Love Show out there at Pontchartrain Landing. They've been selling these shows out, y'all. 2 shows, completely sold out, 100-something people per show. It's an amazing good time. Grown folk getting down. No trouble. Ain't gonna be no trouble. Free parking. We have a great time. The guys in Real Love, they work hard at what they do. Very, very professional. And they enjoy doing it. They really enjoy doing it. So, we were looking forward to a rocking good time over there. Yeah. Everybody went to see the Black Panther movie yet? So I can talk about it? No. Can't talk about it yet? I want to talk about the Black Panther movie. It was a great movie. Kids ought to see it. But I really want to talk about it, but I can't talk about it yet. There's the code. I don't want to break the code of letting the movie be fresh when people go see it. So anyway, Doc Griggs is in the house. Hey, Doc, he's coming up next. Doc, I bought my wife a bike. We got 2 e-bikes at the house. I noticed that you liked the e-bike stuff, right? And somebody asked me about the e-bike stuff, and I said, so listen, it's an electric bike. I said, well, no, you don't get no exercise. I said, that's not true. You get all the exercise you can stand, but you still know you can get back home. So if I had to ride a regular bike, Doc, it wasn't going to happen. But the e-bike, I'm all over the place, and I know I can get back home. But you know what? Though? So your core, I was surprised. You can feel it from the bouncing around and keeping your balance and stuff. I was surprised at how tight I'm getting up in here. I said, all right. My back feels better. I thought I had a little sciatica issue. It's getting better. I guess it just makes your muscles, yeah. So yeah, I saw Doc like that. So we got two now. I got to tell y'all the story though. So this is, I'm smooth. That's why they call me the love doctor. So I'm smooth. So I bought my bike. My wife comes in the room, turn her nose up at it. What you got that for? So I told her, I said, here's how I got it. I said, I got the breakdown one. I got the one that folds and you can put it in the car. I said, so babe, come festival times, we'll fold it up, put it in the back of the SUV, and I'll drop you off, and I'll go park someplace where we don't have to pay and ride the bike back, lock the back up, and damn, we got festivals covered now. So she said, And so I said, don't you want one? She said, well, no, because you got the four. I said, okay. So I waited a little while. I said, oh, baby, I'm having a bunch of fun without you. That's not how we roll. I said, let me get you back. And then so now at this point, we at the point where, oh, no, it's cold. I don't like the cold. It's still cold. So, all right. So I'm working it. So I come back a little bit later and I say, you ready for your bike? No, I ain't ready. Those things so expensive, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, okay. So, and so last night, about 3 nights, I walked there, I said, so they got 4 colors. What color you want? I got her. She said, what's the color? What colors they have? And I told her the colors, and she said, I don't care. Bam! I ordered that bike. It will be here Monday. And really looking forward to it because there's this Bike Easy organization. And the thing that's beautiful about them, though, is they do bike ballet at the festival. So you bring them your bike, and you got people watching it, guarding it, making sure nobody don't take your stuff. Because with these bikes, I'd have to hurt somebody. She talking, what, $1,300 a whop. And so hers got to be orange wheels. Mine has blue wheels. And so, yes, I did order the helmet that matches. So, yes, so we're really excited about that. So I told her, I said, so now let's go up to D.C. I've always wanted to do the mall, but that's too much damn walking. And so I checked on the website. It's bike friendly. You can ride between stuff. So I said, we can throw both of them in the SUV, take a little road trip, stop on the way and get some food and stuff, get off in D.C. and we just, they say Washington, D.C., by the way, is one of the most bike-friendly cities in America. So, yeah, I'm glad I saw you sitting there, Doc. But anyway, we got the bike thing going. Boo and Love Doctor going to be rolling. So if you see an orange and a blue coming down the street, holler at your boy. That's us. So I guess I'm going to get out of here. Are you ready to take me out of here, Jazz? Let's get on out of here. So listen, thank you for tuning in. I want you to tune in next week. And next week, the column is going to be Fear of Falling. And look forward to seeing you then. And remember, if somebody wants to see it, they can go to my channel on Facebook. Just look for Lloyd Dennis Love Doctor. You got to do both of them, and you'll find it. So anyway, Jazz, take me out of here, man.